Hello everyone, welcome back to Stitches with Charlie Feathers. This is my FlossTube Extra and it's my yearly WIP Parade. So I always do my WIP Parade around this time, mid-April, and I can't believe it's been a year already since I last did it. Thank you if you're a returning subscriber, it's lovely to have you here. And if you're new here, my name is Charlie. I live on the north coast in West Cornwall in the UK, and I'm a prolific cross stitcher. I stitch lots of things from full coverages to small projects. I like to stitch a lot of Russian and Ukrainian patterns as well, and I do like kits. So yeah, I really hope that you will enjoy my content and you will consider subscribing to the channel. And I have 48 WIPs to show with you today. I never thought I would be a stitcher with this amount of WIPs, works in progress. But as many of you know, that once you're down the rabbit hole of Instagram and FlossTube, your WIP number just keeps growing and growing and growing because there's just so many beautiful things out there to stitch. So yeah, without further ado, let's get cracking. So in my plans for my 2026 stitching last year, which was also a FlossTube Extra, I talked about my 10 oldest WIPs that I wanted to try and get finished this year, or as close to a finish as I possibly could. And out of those 10, I have finished 2 of them, so I have brought them along to show to you. So the oldest WIP that I had was the Steady Thread Blackwork Sal from 2023. And yeah, I managed to get this finished on New Year's Day. So yeah, I worked really hard on this one. I had a goal of how many hexes I wanted to do at a time. I think I did 2 every time I picked it up, and then the back stitch I got completely absorbed with. And yeah, once I picked it up, I just couldn't put it down. And I stitched it on a 20 count. I think it's a 20 count. I'm pretty sure it is 20 count Zweigart Ada in vintage sand dune. And I made a couple of changes. So when I was doing the backstitch border, I left out a couple of the leaves and I put 26, the year I finished it, where a leaf should be, and then I also put my initials, where are they, up here. So yeah, they're kind of like opposite each other. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how this is finished. I am gonna FFO it in this frame. I just need to, make it all neat at the back. So yeah, absolutely love this one. Absolutely gorgeous. And once I got in, a rhythm with it, it actually didn't take me very long to get it finished. And I stitched this along with Cross Stitch Bunny Lauren. And I'm not sure how far Lauren is through hers, but I know that she's still plugging away at it. So yeah, Lauren's is lovely. She's doing it in different coloured flosses. Really, really pretty. Okay, the second finished one off the 10 list is my gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous Lizzie Kate Things Unseen Sal. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this one so much. So if you want to stitch this, just make sure you get all 3 parts. You can buy it from 123 Stitch. I've destashed my copies now. Just moving back a bit so it all goes in the shot. So it says the best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. And I did buy the embellishment pack that comes with this stitch. So there's these blue flowers. There's one there, and there's one down the bottom. And then round this flower vase was meant to be some mother of pearl beads, but when I placed them on, I felt like they were just too bulky for the piece, and I wanted something a bit more delicate looking. And in the embellishment pack, there was these little, I hope you can see that, there was these little seed beads that are like a purpley pink colour. And I asked Kim at Stitchy Squirrels, because she's done more beading than me, like how I could sew them on and it not be visible from the front, because obviously I was just stitching them as and where I felt like it. And she told me to buy some invisible thread, and she sent me a needle. I think it was called Nymo thread. I bought it off Amazon and it came super quick, and then I could sew the beads on and just trail the invisible thread across the back so you can't see it. So yeah, that is now fully finished. I want to get a really nice rustic frame to display that in. I do want to frame it, and I want to put it up either in here in my lounge or in my bedroom maybe. So sorry, that was actually my second. The Steady Thread was my second oldest WIP, and Things Unseen by Lizzie Kate was my third. So I have still got my oldest WIP that still needs to be finished. I am making progress with it though. I have picked this up this year, and it's in my lovely Sobe bags from Pauline. I love this teapot bag. And in here I have the Coffee Keepers by Andriana. This is a full kit, and it comes with 16 count Ada, which I swapped out for 32 count vintage sand dune again from Zweigart. And yeah, I am making really good progress on this one. Let's get my little board. So when I picked this up again at the beginning of the year, I only had this cup stitched. It didn't have any back stitch, so I went in and back stitched that, and then I just felt like keep going, so I did these two cups and all the symbols back stitch here. So all I have left to do now is one final cup. I've got the reindeer one to do, and obviously the back stitch and the steam, and then I've got all these back stitch animals to do underneath. But yeah, I just think it's absolutely beautiful, and yeah, I will pick this up again next and get this one finished. I think this is the one that's getting closer to a finish, and then that will be 3 off my list. And in this bag I also have all the other Andriana kits in this series. So we have Tea Keepers, which is the one I'm going to start next, and I have bought a big enough piece of another piece of the vintage sand dune, which is a Belfast linen 32 count from Flora Shell, which is big enough to stitch that on. So that will be the next one I start. And I've also got Tea Admirers, which is really pretty, and Coffee Admirers. Absolutely love those. So yeah, I think when I've finished Coffee Keepers I will start Tea Keepers next. I might need a bit of a break, but I will get started on it soon. So yeah, that's my oldest WIP still on the list. And then we have Home is Where the Heart Is, which was a sale by Historical Sampler Company. It's in a bag that I made myself with some Liberty fabric, and this was a cotton and twine box. I don't know what year it was from. I would say 22 or 23. And this is an absolutely beautiful stitch along. I'm probably around 50% on this one, and I switched it out for a 32 count Zweigart in antique white. And yeah, okay, this is designed by Emma Congdon. Let me just put my clips on the board so it's not rattling around too much. So yeah, designed by Emma Congdon, and it's absolutely beautiful, very backstitch heavy, but those words are absolutely glorious. They're like ombre, you know, stitched with 2 different shades of that colour, and they're blended, and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. I really like that. And yeah, this little ornament came in one of the cotton and twine boxes, and I stuck a magnet on the back of it so I could use it as a needle minder. It's not very strong, but it looks cute. So I think when I pick this back up, I'm going to work more down here. So this was part 1, this area, and then this is part 2, and I'm going to move to part 3, which I think is here, and there's a big pink house. It's absolutely beautiful, so I'm really looking forward to working on this one a bit more and getting it moved along. So yeah, as I said, I will put a picture of it up here so you can see what it looks like finished. And you are able to go and buy all of the previous sales on the historical sampler website, so you can go and get that one in PDF if you wish to. Okay, next up we have Welcome to the Forest by Una Biena Pieza, another bag made by me with a lovely spooky house pattern from Wolfie Stitches. And yeah, I love this bag, I love it so much. Little cute snails. I think this is called, is it Night Forest or Night Garden? Just let me double check. Night Garden. And you can buy this in her Etsy store. And I decided to stitch this on a 32 count white Zweigart that I hand dyed myself with Dylon dye. And I think I must be coming up to about 50% because I found the bottom. No, sorry, 25% because I found the bottom left corner. That's where it's quite creased, isn't it, where it's been in the bag. And the only changes I made was all the little creatures like the badgers, the owls, the foxes, the little hedgehog, they all had eyes that were like jewel tones. They looked like they glowed in the dark kind of thing. But I've just stitched them in 310. Yeah, it's very bitty this, and I find it a bit difficult to stitch on. I have to be in the right mood to work on it, but it does look really beautiful. Next up in my sheepy bag that I found in the charity shop, and in here we have Mary Hickmott's Winter Woods, and I'm stitching this on a 32 count Zweigart in ice blue, and I'm about 25% on this one as well. So yeah, this was a kit that I found in a charity shop, and it didn't have a picture. It was literally like a plastic pocket, and it had these thread cards in, which are all anchor, and the front page just said Mary Hickmott Winter Woods floss pack. So I went along on Google while I was in the shop and searched for it, and as soon as I saw this design I was like, I have to buy that. I think it was £3 for all that floss pack, and yeah, I subbed out the fabrics. It was meant to be done on Ada, I think, and was that in the pack as well? I've got a feeling it might have been. But yeah, I wanted to stitch it on, so I got ice blue, and it's got quite it did have Krynig in it, but I swapped it out for Petite Treasure Braid in where is it? PB23, and that's held with the white anchor white, and it's very delicate, but you can see it in person. It's really, really pretty. So yeah, it's going to be another long skinny piece, so I've got a long way to go, but yeah, absolutely beautiful. And I have managed to get that in Pattern Keeper, so yeah, if you've been here a while, you know I love myself a cottage. Oh, this is another one that I've picked up recently. A lovely bag from my friend Hazel. She gave it to me at Stitch in London one year. And yeah, I have been working on this quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. And this is called, is it called Let's Dream On? Just let me double check. It's designed by Elena Michikina. She's known as Milena _Stitch on Instagram, and I bought it from her, I think through Instagram. I'm pretty sure it's called Dreams. I think I've been calling it Let's Dream On. And I'm stitching this on a 32 count hand dye by Coffee Craft fabric. And yeah, she's beautiful. When I picked this back up, I did a lot of back stitching up here and on the tree trunk and all the leaves here. So all I've got left to do now is I need to mark off in Saga, sorry. I need to mark off these half crosses here, and then in between all this steam I've got black work to do, and then I've just got a tiny bit more back stitch to finish up here, and that will all be done. So yeah, love this one. Another one fairly close to a finish if I put the work in. Okay, the next one we have is called Calisstrephus, but I've been calling it Vintage Flower, and it's by Sakoran Vintage Stitch, and I'm stitching it on a 32 count white Zweigart. I will put in a picture again of what it looks like when it's finished, but it's a bit of a pathetic start really. I'm trying to think, I did have a few issues with this. I couldn't get it into Pattern Keeper. The designer was not very helpful. So in the end, I ended up sending the PDF to a lady on VK, which is like Russian Facebook, and she recharts patterns from PDFs or paper charts into Saga compatible files for you. So I paid her to do that for me because I really want to stitch this. So yeah. Now I've got a Saga file, I've been able to get a good bit of progress into that because it was really pathetic before. It was literally like 10 stitches, but I've managed to get a little bit done. I think I'm about 8% on that one now. And that needle minder is a really gorgeous brooch that I bought from eBay, and I snapped the back off and put a needle minder on it like a magnet. Yeah, I really love this one. My husband and my girls bought it for me for my birthday one year, so I do really want to stitch it. And really gorgeous flosses with this one. They're all really pretty, like pinks and purples and mauves and lovely greens, and I love that yellow. There's a couple of really nice yellows in there. Yeah, I've got a pretty thread keep from Hazel on Facebook as well, a little birdie. I love that one. And the last one that I've got in my 10 list is, I love this one. Found out about this one from Lindsay Wolfie Stitches because she finished this years ago, and when she showed it on her Instagram, I was like, I have to find out what magazine that is from and I have to stitch it. So in case you want to find it, it's from this Cross Stitcher magazine. It's issue 240 from June 2011. I really love that roses one on the front cover as well. I think that's beautiful. But this is the one I'm stitching. It's Green Fingers Sampler by Caroline Vincent. Oh, it's really pretty. But I am making some colour changes to this as I go along. But yeah, it's really pretty. As far as I know, this is the only place that you can find it. And I'm stitching this on a 32 count Zweigart cream. Oh, it's so pretty. I haven't got this out for ages. It does really make me want to pick this one back up. And what I like about this pattern is it's a mix of cross stitch and embroidery. I used to like embroidery. Before I got into cross stitch, I used to dabble a little bit. So yeah, I've made a good headway through that. I know for a fact that I've changed the water to blue, light blue. I can't remember what I use now. It's a bit worrying. Let's hope that I don't have to stitch any more of that blue. But the blue coming out of the watering can, because it was charted with cream, and it just wasn't obviously showing up on my fabric because I'm using a cream fabric. But yeah, I love everything about this. I love the way the chicken legs are, like they're running. So cute. So yeah, not a massive amount left to do on that one. I've nearly reached the top. I haven't got enough fabric to do the words at the bottom, so I'm going to be omitting those. I'm not doing the words. And this cockerel, I don't like this little hill, so I'm going to bring him down, and I think I'm going to put some more flowers in that space there. And I'm going to change these trees as well. I think they're meant to be apples, but they don't look very apple-like. So I was thinking about doing some backstitch on those as well. But yeah, absolutely love this one. And another one, I think if I put a good week into it, I could probably get it finished. So yeah, that's the 8 oldest WIPs with the 2 that I've got finished off that list. So yeah, we'll move on to the rest of my WIPs. I'm not going to do any other order with these because I've got 3 baskets full of WIPs. I'm just going to keep going. So yeah, they won't be in any chronological order now. They will just be as I pull them out. So next up, I have the gorgeous, I love this one so much, Country Cottage Needleworks, Welcome to the Forest Sal. And I was stitching this with Lauren from Cross Stitch Bunny again, but Lauren has actually finished this one. It just makes me chuckle because she chose to focus on this one and get it to a finish, and I chose to focus on the steady thread. But we will both get them finished, I am sure. So this is on a huge piece of Zweigart 32 count raw, and there is, let me check how many parts are there. So we have Forest Bear, we have the blue Forest Cottage, which I've stitched, Forest Deer, which I've stitched. That's the top banner, which is beautiful. It looks so nice on Lauren's. It just says Welcome to the Forest, but it's got a lovely variegated thread behind it, really tealy, by Classic Colourworks. It looks gorgeous when it's stitched. We have Pink Forest Cottage, which I've stitched, Forest Fox and Friends, and Forest Raccoon and Friends. So yeah, there's the big banner at the top, and then there's 6 blocks underneath. And like Lauren, I am also opting to do the additional border that goes all the way around. It's really cute. It's like branches with little leaves coming off it. I've only started the branch on that side there. Is that in shot? It's hard to see. Yeah. So I'm doing really well with this. I haven't picked it up for ages. The only changes I've made are on the blue Forest Cottage. I have actually changed the yellow bird for a black bird because we get lots of blackbirds here in the UK. And yeah, I'm not very happy with my French knots, but I'm just going with it. I used to be very good with French knots when I used to do more embroidery, but yeah, it is what it is. It will look fine. No one's going to stare at it with a microscope, are they? So we'll just go with the flow. But yeah, I think what my plan is with this one is I'm going to finish Pink Forest Cottage. I've just got the bottom border, the bottom branch to finish there, and then I've got to do the top one and then finish the border that goes all the way around. Once that one is done, I think I'm going to move up and I'm going to do the one that goes next to the deer, and then I'll move up again and do the banner. And I'm going to try and do the border as I go, so that isn't a slog at the end. But yeah, absolutely love this one. And yeah, really cute needle minder from Biena. Don't step on your needle. It's really cute little cottage. And unless I say where the needle minders are from, the rest of them are all handmade by me. I have a little business called Charly Feathers where I make hand painted bespoke cross stitch accessories. So yeah, if you want to come and have a browse, my website is in the description bar down below. Next up in my beautiful project bag, which I got printed at I can't remember the name of the website. I will look it up and I will put it across the screen. But it's Blue Coppice. She's a beautiful cross stitch designer, and Red Bubble, that's what it's called. And she prints bags. She's got several. They're really gorgeous. Right, in here I have the Hands-on Design Gather Round series, and I've kind of started both spring, summer and winter so far, and I did recently finish one of them. So we have Gather Pine Cones, which is winter, Gather Round Spring, which is called Gather Wildflowers, Gather Round Summer, called Gather Butterflies, and Gather Pumpkins for autumn. They're all really beautiful. And yeah, I have been working on these the last year or so. So I have finished the little house for, I think that's the spring one. yet for spring. I finished the little cottage for winter. And very recently, the last couple of weeks, I finished the greenhouse, which is the little house for summer. So I think my plan is that I'm going to pick up another one in the spring before spring ends. So I need to get a crack on with that, really, don't I? Because the end of May marks the end of spring, so I need to pick this up in the next month and finish it. I want to do this one, which I'm a bit intimidated by because the words are 1/1 on 32 count, which when I've done previously has absolutely killed my eyes. But I'm a lot more experienced stitcher now and I have a really good light, so I'm hoping that it's going to go well. And I've been stitching this on a 32 count coffee stain linen from Fabric Flair, and I have got a little bit left, but I didn't have enough to finish all of the series, so I've been in the last week or so and bought another piece, so I've got plenty to get on with it. And it's a printed fabric, so I didn't have to worry about it looking different from the others. Okay, another project bag from Pauline at Sobe Bags, very cute. Oh, and this is a new start since I last saw you. So at Nashville Market, this was released by Beth Twist at Heartstring Samplery, and it's Willows Pond. Absolutely love this. And this was a collaboration with Teresa Kogut. So Teresa Kogut did a raccoon biscornu and Heartstring Samplery did willow beaver. And I bought the matching floss organiser. It's really cute. And I also bought one of these for lovely Kim at Stitchy Squirrels because it says distance means so little when someone means so much. So I knew she'd like that, and I think she's going to stitch this at some point as well. And it's such a nice booklet, this. So it's printed with all the information, and then inside there's a whole little story about the inspiration behind it with Teresa. Yeah, it's really cute, and how to finish the biscornu as well. There was also some wooden buttons that came with this at Nashville, and I didn't buy them at the time. It was really cute. It was a pack of one beaver and one raccoon so that you could sew them in the centre when you finished it. This is a double-sided biscornu. I didn't realise this. So on the other side, I haven't actually seen a photograph of it, but from the chart, it looks like a squirrel with some birds. It looks really cute. So I'm looking forward to seeing that develop before my eyes. But yeah. And I thought that I would stitch this on a Swan Bay fabric called Barton Clay because I've got some of this in my stash in 40 count, but I wanted to do it on 32. I think the pattern called for 36, but I really love 32 count. It's my favourite. So I bought a larger piece of Barton Clay in 32 count from Historical Sampler Company because they stock it. If you want some Swan Bay linen, I think they do the Ada as well, or maybe they just do linen. But if you don't want to wait, because Marie, is understandably busy and she has a turnaround, that you can buy the ready to ship pieces from Historical Sampler Company. And yeah, I've made a very small start. I'm stitching this as part of the Beaver Bonanza sale, which was set up by Rosie X Stitches, and Rosie has just brought out a new FlossTube at a WIP Parade, and Rosie has had a baby and she's got married and she's been away from FlossTube for quite a while, maybe a couple of years I think, and she just came back this week. So go and give Rosie some love, and I will link her in the description bar. It's lovely to have you back, Rosie, and I loved watching your video. And Lauren has also released a regular FlossTube video recently, and she showed her beaver project as well as Rosie did. And what was funny was I was creating my spring collection, and we've recently, in the last year, had beavers reintroduced to a local nature reserve here in Cornwall. It's not very far away from me at all, maybe like 5 miles. And I love beavers, and you can pay and you can go at dusk and watch them and hopefully see them at work. So I need to do that with my oldest daughter. I think you have to be 8 or above to go, so she can now go with me. It's quite expensive. I think for both of us to go, it's about £45. So we will do that over this summer, I think, at some point as a little treat. And hopefully we'll get to see them. But as part of my spring collection, I was inspired to make a beaver needle minder. This is Twiggy. And then literally the next day, Lauren promoted on her Instagram channel that her and Rosie were going to be doing the Beaver Bonanza sale for International Beaver Day on the 7th of April. And I thought that's a really weird coincidence. So I have to join in. So yeah, I went along because I admired this at Nashville, but I went along to Peakside. They had it in stock. And I ordered most of the fancy flosses. The ones that don't have much of each colour, I'm just doing the DMC conversion or picking from stash. So yeah, very small start, but I think that's going to be absolutely beautiful. And it's nice to stitch with Lauren again and with Rosie in a sale. Yeah, really beautiful flosses in this one. They're all WIPS dyeworks. We've got Havana, Mocha, which is a lighter blue, Chestnut, Oilcloth, Collards for the leaves, which is really pretty variegated green. The Glacial Melt is the blue for the water. That is absolutely stunning. I've not seen that one before. And then from my stash, I've got Summer Meadow by Gentle Arts, a Tom and Lily Hawes collection light green, Gentle Art Ginger Snap, Gentle Art Cranberry, and then I'm just using 310 and Blanc. So yeah, really gorgeous palette. Yeah, I love that project. Okay, next up in my gorgeous strawberry bag, which my lovely friend Yasmins made with love. She made it for me because she knew I was strawberry obsessed at the time. So yeah, really lovely special gift. And just to let you know that Yasmin is just about to release her next bag collection, her project bag collection, and I cannot wait to see it. I think she said possibly at the end of this week or next week. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled because Yas makes the most gorgeous bags. She uses a lot of like tulip pink fabrics, but yeah, all sorts of beautiful stuff. I love Yaz's project bags. They're always really well quilted and padded, sturdy. They're just beautifully made, and they are, you know, a bit more expensive, I would say, than maybe other project bag makers, but they are absolutely worth every penny. The amount of love that goes into those bags. Oh, here's one of Yaz's cards. So yeah, there's her Instagram handle. Yeah, she just put a lovely little note on the back when she sent the bag, so I keep that in there. Oh, hang on, here you go. There's a little QR code there, so if you screenshot that, that will take you straight to her website, I think. Sorry, her Instagram and her Facebook. Yeah, so this is gorgeous. This was gifted to me. It's the Happiness is Homemade Sal by Historical Sampler Company. Part 2 has just been released out of 4, and they gave me the kit pack, and they also very kindly gave me the floss organizer that goes with it. So yeah, I've put my little stickers on the back with symbols, but the colours are just absolutely beautiful. And I am actually giving away 2 needle minders that they gifted to me very kindly on my last FlossTube. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning a goose and a butterfly needle minder from the Historical Sampler Company Happiness is Handmade release, then go back to that video and leave the comment that I asked for. And yeah, I switched out the fabric that came in the pack, and I'm stitching this on a really beautiful piece of 32 count even weave, which is hand dyed by Tom and Lily Creations, who is a French hand dyer. And yeah, I just love strawberries and pink and red on pink fabric. I think it always looks really stunning. So yeah, I will put in a picture of what it looks like at the moment with part 2 of the sale just released. And then yeah, only a very small start. I think I only stitched on this one evening, but I really enjoyed it, and I like how the colours are looking on that fabric. And I've just realised I've doubled up in this project bag. I also have an Eva Faith 40 count linen in copper beach in this project bag, and this is one of Yaz's Patreon patterns, and it's strawberry sampler. It's really beautiful, and I'm stitching it with one strand of Weeks Dye Works Strawberry Fields. I didn't buy enough, so when I went back to buy another skein, I actually realised that they were quite different. One is very pink and one is more red toned. So I am just taking a strand alternatively from each skein, and it just adds a little bit more variegation. So yeah, beautiful. I need another strawberry bag. That's what I need. I'll have to see if Yas releases anything strawberry themed. Keep my eyes open. But yeah, beautiful. I'm just pausing every so often so I can move WIPs to the side and get the next lot out. And also unzip the zippers, because I know some people with headphones find that quite annoying. It doesn't bother me, which I'm surprised about because I am highly sensitive, and yeah, but zips on FlossTube don't annoy me, but I know they do some others, so I'm doing that as I go. Yeah, beautiful, absolutely stunning project bag. This is probably one of my favourite project bags from Oh So Alison, another beautiful project bag maker who I like to support, and again, a bit pricier but absolutely worth every penny. I love Alison's bags, so beautifully made. And I have bought one of her bags recently, but I will show that in my next FlossTube. In here I have my first ever large full coverage. Just thinking if I take off this side clamp. And I'm also really excited because I found a UK supplier of the new Nerd Q snaps, and I bought a purple one, and I cannot wait till it comes and to try it out. Yeah. So my first large full coverage, this is called Girl Bear Hug, and it's designed by Stitch Is So Beautiful, and the artist is who is the artist? Can't remember. She's a beautiful artist. I'll put it across the screen. And I'm stitching this on a 25 count Zweigart in white, and I'm stitching it with Royal Embroidery, which is 100% cotton floss from China, but it feels just like DMC. And I'm stitching one strand of Royal Embroidery over 25 count. Yeah, so 1/1. And I absolutely love this one. I've hit 20%, maybe just over, and I've got to a really fun bit where I'm starting to stitch in the girl's hair. So yeah, lots of park threads. But yeah, I haven't worked on this for ages. I am feeling quite guilty about it, and I do need to pull it back out. But there's like 120 floss colours with this one, so I've got them all on these big floss organisers. And then I've got another separate project bag. This one, love this one. I think it's meant to be a toiletry bag. I keep my floss in here. It's a Ted Baker bag, that one. I've just got this plastic tub in there, and then I've got all my flosses that I haven't yet used in numerical order in bags, so they're a bit easier to find as I need them. So that's how I'm managing that one. Okay, and then beautiful bag. This was handmade when I used to knit by Fondant Fibre Deb, who I don't know what happened to Deb. It's a real shame. She just kind of disappeared, but she used to make gorgeous hand-dyed yarn and also really beautiful project bags. It's got really lovely lining, this one. And then I quite often get given pin badges or I buy them, and I just really like putting them all on there. So lots of them are gifts. Yeah, beautiful. And in here I have got a gorgeous kit that I bought for myself for my 40th birthday, and I started it on my 40th birthday. And it is the much lusted after. I wanted this for so long. I got it directly from our Forest Embroidery, and it's called Rosehip Summer. So yeah, I love it so much. And yeah, it comes with everything you need, all the little bobbins. The flosses are absolutely beautiful for this one. The chart's really clear. I've got a saga file for this one, so I'm working off saga, and you also get a matching needle minder. But let's put the board behind there. Is that the right way up? I think so. But yeah, the variegated flosses are just so pretty. And I am really desperate to get this out again now that I've seen it again. Absolutely beautiful. And really nice linen to stitch on as well. It's very gently mottled. So yeah, love it. Okay, another project bag from another of my favourite project bag makers, which is Ray Jarve. And I call my youngest daughter, the one who loves the owls, she's my little frog. She's always been called my little frog. So when I saw this project bag with the mama frogs and the baby frogs lit, I just had to have it. And I love this fabric bag maker, She's a fabric designer. Oh, I'm not very good with names today. My memory is just not great. No, completely gone. I'll have to put it across the screen again. And in here I have a really beautiful thread bed from Oso Allison with her Angel Girls, which are designed by Kelly Ray Roberts. And yeah, I have another cotton and twine box. This is very close to a finish. Here we go. And I switched out the fabric for a 40 count Swan Bay fabric in, have I got the name of it? Let me have a look. Heartfield Moss. And all that's left to do on this now is a lot of the little doodads that go around the flowers. I've just got to repeat that on the other side. And then that one will be finished. So I really need to pull that out and just get it done. But yeah, the original design said Hello Easter, and it had Easter eggs. And lovely Suzanne and Joanne, who own Historical Sampler and Cotton and Twine, the sister company, they recharted it Hello Spring for Kim Stitchy Squirrels because she works for them. And Kim asked if I would be able to stitch it as well, and they very kindly said yes. So yeah, I'm not a big Easter stitcher. Next up, lovely little froggy bag. In here is a really lovely, kind gift from my friend Yasmin at Yasmin's Made with Love. She went to the Polish retreat. She is Polish, Yas. And she went to the Polish retreat as a vendor, and she brought back some kits, and this was one of them. And me, Kim, and Yas all started one of the houses together because Yas had gifted them. So I started Spring House. It's by Zayka Stitch, Zayka, and it comes with everything you need. And yeah, bit of a pathetic start from me, really. Put the board behind. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing this. I think I've only stitched on a couple of sessions, but it's really fun to stitch on the wood and do something a bit different. And then, as you can see, once it's finished, it slots into the base. And I think it came with a felt and everything so that you can FFO it. And yeah, really nice floss card with all the lovely threads on it. Yeah, beautiful. And this bag is just like absolutely perfect for it. Okay, next up, beautiful bag, Liberty fabric and handmade cotton tassel from Penelope's Pocket. She also makes gorgeous bags, and inside is another really lovely Liberty. And in here I have a really, really pathetic start. This is a kit called Swallows from RTO, one of my favourite, well, possibly my favourite kit company. And I bought this and started it with Laura I Stitch Birds for her birthday in March last year. And I switched out the Ada for a 32 count whites that I got. And yeah, I literally worked on it for one evening and then it's not been worked on since. So very pathetic. But yeah. And I made these coordinating needle minders. I don't know if it's showing up very well, but it's a swallow. And Laura's got one as well. Yeah. And I think lovely Natalie at Home Sweet Home Handmade, I think she also started this with us as a stitch along as well. Laura's got a bit more progress than me. I'm not sure where Natalie is up to. But yeah. This was a really beautiful gift from my lovely friend Lucy on Instagram. What have I got in here? Oh, and another lovely gift. So lovely Shell at Cheesecake and Cross Stitch gifted this to me for my 40th birthday. And it's hands-on design Rose Cottage. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's part of the Chalk for the Home series. And she also bought me some really lovely pins from just another button company. Don't know why I've not used them yet. They've just been in the project bag. And she also really kindly bought and gifted to me all of the fancy flosses that go with it as well. There's some real beauties in there. Mainly gentle art, but there is some Weeks dye work as well. I'm stitching this on a much lusted after fabric. So this is a Crafty Kitten 32 count Murano in Midnight Sapphires. It was a huge piece that I bought on a Facebook D-stash, 25 by 27 inches, so I've got plenty here to use on something else. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm actually going to put that back in my stash so I can use it. I'm actually wondering if that will work for one of my new starts. But yeah, not a very big start on this one, but a start nonetheless. And I just don't want to stitch on black. So yeah, I don't want to stitch on black, so I switched it out for a purple. I quite often do that with charts that ask for very dark colours. I'll stick them on purple because I love purple. Purple and pink are my favourite colours. And yeah, it's such a shame because I've been watching Liz, a stitchy bug, and she lives in Devon. She's not recorded for a long time. I'm really hoping she's going to make a comeback, and she always organises the Be Stitchy retreats, and I know her from... I vended at Tiverton at the Be Stitchy retreat last February, and I'm actually going on that retreat, not as a vendor because I don't keep any stock anymore, but just to go as a stitcher with some of the other Cornish ladies, and I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's a really nice retreat, that one. So yeah, I'm going to be going as a stitcher for the whole weekend. So I know Liz from there, and also from the Bristol Stitchy Day, which I've been to 3 or 4 times, and Liz is normally there. She's such a lovely person. I really hope she comes back to FlossTube because she stitches a lot of things that I really like as well. And yeah, Liz, because she hasn't recorded for like 6 or 7 years, so it was kind of like before my time watching those videos, because I didn't start stitching until 21, I think, but I wasn't into FlossTube then. So I've been going back and watching all her old videos, and she shows off a lot of Crafty Kitten fabric, and I'm so gutted that I can't buy it anymore. She's not trading anymore, but yeah, her fabrics are beautiful. So I am on the lookout for more Crafty Kitten fabric. Yeah, I think it's looking absolutely beautiful on there. Another one that needs to be picked up and worked on. I am actually thinking I've got a really nice Nerge beach hoop that I haven't been able to find, and I am hoping that as we go through these project bags it's going to appear. Okay, beautiful bag from Milena, the Fox's Cottage. And in here, another beautiful kit from Maloka Designs. Just looking for the cover photo. I just paused, that was so crinkly trying to get that out. So we have the Maloka Designs called Boho Feathers. I really liked this kit for a while. And then she had quite a good sale and I managed to snap it up for quite cheap off her website. And the flosses are absolutely beautiful, really beautiful. I've plaited them for a photo and then I haven't plaited them again yet to work on it. And I started at the top with this feather, which I've completed. So I think I'm about 25% on this one. Stitching it on my favourite fabric dyer called, it's Pole Stitches. I love her fabric. And I know that lovely Sarah Stitchy Bug loves Pole Stitches too. And it's in Snowy Mountains, which was really kindly gifted to me on my 40th birthday by my lovely friend Kim, Stitchy Squirrels, who I'm talking about a lot in this video. It's a really gorgeous piece of fabric, and yeah, that's as much as I've done. And that feather was no joke. It was so confetti, and I was so glad I had a pattern keeper. Yeah, so I should have plenty of that fabric left over as well for something else. Beautiful, love that one. What have we got here? Oh, a beautiful Yas bag, which I bought at Stitch in London. I love this one. I love her patchwork bags. Hopefully she'll be doing some more in her new collection. And in here I've got Yaz's booklet from Stitch in London 2024, and I'm stitching this one that goes on top of the box. I don't have the box, but Yas will probably make you one of those if you contact her. But yeah, I'm going to frame it, I think, or make it into a project bag. I'm just seeing if I've got a closer up picture of it in the booklet. I'm just having a look. There we go. That's what it's going to look like. And I am stitching it on a 40 count. I've got the label in here. I'm pretty sure that it's a Fox and Rabbit oyster shell. And that's as far as I've got. And I'm using a Roxy floss in almond, which is really pretty. And I've got 3 people's names in so far. So I've got Yas, Kim, and lovely Sarah Ward, who is Cross Stitch Sarah. And yeah, on the other side, I'll be able to add more names here. So yeah, I don't know if I charted all those out actually. I can't remember. Because in the booklet, I'm pretty sure in the booklet Yas had given us space. Yeah, she had. So in the booklet, I don't know how to show this without showing those at the pattern. Maybe if I do that. In the booklet, Yas had given us space there that we were able to put our own names. And she's given us the alphabet at the bottom. So yeah. I just find 40 count very difficult to stitch on. It really strains my eyes, even with my glasses on. Especially a dark coloured 40 count. But I do have a really good light. So if I've got good daylight, like I can stitch in the garden, or I've got my overhead big light on, my daylight light, then I'm able to stitch that with ease. So yeah. Oh yeah, I remember what happened now. The reason I put this away is because I'd done the little English flag underneath and it was all wrong and I had to frog it. So I got it out not that long ago, frogged all of that, and now it's ready to go again. So I really need to get a shift on with that. Okay, this is one of my own project bags, the vinyl front, and in here I have an Eva Rosenstand kit that I got from Vinted. As soon as I saw it, I had to have it because, as I said before, my youngest daughter absolutely loves owls. If there's any owl patterns that are really cute and whimsical, I buy them and I'm going to stitch them all for her. And it's designed by Clara Waver. I think this is quite difficult to find, and a lot of the Eva Rosenstand kits are very expensive if you do find them, but I got this for a steal on Facebook. And I have in here a really pretty 40 count, which Yaz gifted to me from the Polish retreat that I mentioned before. Where's my bit of board gone? And I've got some working threads on here. I absolutely love this project, and I love how it's looking on this fabric. I think it's looking really stunning, and my daughter loves it, and she quite often says, when are you going to stitch on it again? But yeah, quite a good way through that, aren't I? I've got a good chunk done. Yeah, just a case of getting it out again. I've got that on a floss organiser that was gifted to me, and I've also got one of Yaz's really beautiful project pouches which she gave to me as a gift. She makes beautiful things like this, look, with thread bed, and you can put your scissors and things in here. It's got a little zipper at the back for your needle minder or whatever. Beautiful. She does sell these on her website. Another Pauline bag. I love the fabric inside this one. It's got fruits and vegetables. And in here, one of my favourite designers, which is Loom Bug, lovely Phoebe, who I can't wait till her next pattern comes out. I'm eagerly waiting. She needs to hurry up. Oh, yeah, I know Phoebe personally, so I know I can get away with saying that. But yeah, I got this out in the last week or so and got more done on it. I had to do some frogging, but this is on another piece of Pole Stitches fabric called Wisteria, I think this one is called. It's beautiful. And yeah, I'd got the cat in the wrong place, so I had to frog it. Not very much, probably about 30 stitches, and then I stitched all of this last time I picked it up, and I also worked on some of this as well, and the start of the little sign that says open. It's about 12,500 stitches, this pattern. I think I'm about 40% through. There's a lot to go down here. He's got like a desk with a snail on it and loads more plants. Oh, it's so whimsical, isn't it? Phoebe is absolute colour wizard. She's like Barbara Anna. You're stitching it and you think, these colours aren't going to work. This is really odd. Like Barbara Anna's faces, and then you finish it and you think, wow, that looks absolutely incredible. That if you like stitching Barbara Anna's, you will love Loom Bug Phoebe. She's incredible, and she showed the sneak peek of her next pattern in this collection called The Collector, and it's a similar vein with all her lovely frames in the background. It's stunning. So yeah, go and look on her Instagram if you want to see it. And this is a project bag made by me. It says bloom where you are, which I made on my typewriter. And this is all hand applique that I made. Yeah, I was thinking about making these bags for a while, but I just haven't got the time. Maybe in the future. I'm too busy making needle minders. And in here I have a gorgeous panna kit, which I bought from My Bobbin. Last time I checked, they did have these still in stock. And this one is a gorgeous kit that Laura, I Stitch Birds, has finished this year. Yeah, I love this one. If you're new to my channel, then you probably see a theme going on here with the things that I like to stitch. Cottage and whimsical and nature is what I love the most. And yeah, I'm stitching this with the even weave that came with the fabric. It's really gorgeous. It's Gamma even weave, and it's really soft. I would really recommend that fabric. I just think it's beautiful to stitch on. And I know that Shell Cheesecake and Cross Stitch was very enabled with this one, and she is also stitching it because she loves a ginger redhead girl as well. Yeah. Oh, I love it so much. So beautiful. Colours are beautiful. Yeah, love it. And that's with the Gamma threads as well as the Gamma fabric. Lovely Hello Autumn bag from Yasmins Made with Love, which I think again was a really kind gift. It's got a really cute little toadstool charm on the zipper pull. And in here I have the Old Barn Stitching Co. Wildflower, which looks like this. There's quite a few in this series that I have. I think they're beautiful. There's her website. Yeah, stunning. And I'm stitching this with the called for fancy flosses. Oh no, my ring has stuck to my needle winder. Yeah, so there is some DMC here, and there is Weeks Dye Works Garrison Green, Sanguine, and Parchment. Those three, they're fancy. And I'm stitching it on Swan Bay Fabrics, which was gifted to me. So when Marie, lovely Marie, she organises Stitching London, she's a very dear friend. When she first was opening Swan Bay Fabrics, she sent me a whole box of all of the samples, 16th sizes, this size, in all of her colours, in 40 count. It was such a beautiful box. It was so beautifully packaged. So I kind of hoard them, and I don't use them very often, but every so often there's a pattern that I just think, yeah, that'll look beautiful in there, and I dive into that stash and I use it. And I haven't got very far on this one, as you can see. This is Longbourn Blush 40 count from Swan Bay. Yeah, beautiful. And as I said, I think I've got 4 or 5 of those little loops in the collection. There's a pig, there's a fox, all kinds of ones. So I'm going to stitch the series. This is a bag I bought from Yaz. So a little while ago, maybe a year and a half ago, Yaz had all her old cross stitch that she wanted to make into project bags and sell them, and I just couldn't help myself because I love roses. Oh, that's come out of the project bag. Don't know what's in here. Oh yes. So in here I have, if you want to see this further along than I have it stitched, go and look at Kim's Instagram, because she is stitching this and she's so close. Where's she finished this one? I think she finished it on Friday, but she's not shared the finish on her Instagram yet, I don't think. So this is from Cross Stitch Crazy magazine, I think. I don't know what issue it's from, but Kim probably knows. And I think I actually bought this from the designer, who I also don't know who it is. I'm not being very helpful here, am I? But Kim will have all the details. It's a beautiful, let me just cover up the chart. It's very small, but you should be able to see it. It's a beautiful vintage cushion that's floral roses. And I'm stitching it on a piece of gingham hearts from lovely Lauren, Cross Stitch Bunny Shop. And that's as far as I've got. But it's, yeah, so intricate and pretty. Lovely floss colours. Yeah, really like that one. So I've got a long way to go on that one. And the last bag I have from this basket, so that's 2 baskets we've got through. We've got another one that's overflowing over there, and a few more project bags on my footstool, so we're nowhere near finished. But this is a piece of granny square cross stitch that I did in a strip that was inspired by Ashley of A Little Patience XS, an American floss tuber and Instagrammer. And I sent it to Pauline at Sobe Bags, and she made it into this beautiful project bag for me. And another lovely gift in here from my friend Lorna. She gifted me this chart called Una, part of the fairy collection from Le Petit Croix de Lucie. I'm not even going to try and speak French because I can't. But she's beautiful. And a really pathetic start on this one as well. Oh, there's a nice card in here from Lorna too. Oh, is this from Lorna or is this from... Oh, it's from Paulie, saying thank you for my commission. There is nothing I would not do for those who are really my friends. From Jane Austen. Beautiful. And I'm stitching this on a piece of Sparkly's 32 count called Capricorn, which is my star sign. And as I said, a really, really pathetic start. I saw this fabric on Just So Sherry's FlossTube, and I had to have a piece. Don't even know if that's the right way. No, that's the right way. And I've just got her eye-in and a little bit of her cheek. And that needle minder, I bought these from a Cornish illustrator as pin badges, and I snapped the pin bit off and I made them into needle minders, and I gifted them to friends that went to a private retreat last March when we went to Nimble Thimble. And what was really nice about it is obviously it's the Cornish stoneware for the jug, and the daffodils are representative of Wales. So yeah, a blend of Welsh and Cornish. But yeah, love that fabric and I love the chart. It's just time, isn't it? When you've got 48 WIPs, it's just not easy to keep on top of everything. Right, another quick pause to organise and get the next basket ready. I'm just chucking away to myself thinking this is absolutely ridiculous, the amount of WIPs that I have, and oh, they're just all over the place. But I know that I'm in good company and that you all get it. Well, some of you might be monogamous stitchers, and that's how I used to be. Not anymore. So this isn't a project bag that I made myself. My lovely friend B, who lives in Australia, she found these hand-painted tea towels near where she lives, and she gifted them to me. I've got two. I haven't made the other one into a bag yet, but this is a knitting bag because I used to knit when I knew B. And in here I've got another Owl Forest kit, which was really kind of gifted to me when me and Yaz first became friends. It's the Domovoy kit from Owl Forest, which translates to house spirit. And where is the project? Because it's not here. Oh, it's in the bag. So yeah, I'm stitching it on the called for fabric. I've got the needle minder and all the flosses. So yeah, where's my board? There we go, there he is. He's a good way through. He looks fabulous. And also in here is another kit that Yaz gifted to me. It's her leftovers. Is the, I think she's called Swamp Witch. But yeah, she gave me all her leftover threads. And I also bought some more from Owl Forest when lovely Rachel at Talking Dog Stitcher very kindly asked if anyone wanted to go into an Owl Forest, you know, where you put together and get postage together. So I bought the Rosehip Summer that I bought for my 40th birthday and started, and I also bought the threads for the Swamp Witch in case I didn't have enough. Oh, I love this one. So this is a full coverage. I can't remember who the designer is, so I will put that across the screen, but I do know that it is called Moon Magic. I've got a beautiful commissioned needle minder from my lovely friend Laura, who is Cotton and Clay or Butterfly Stitches 83. She commissioned I commissioned her to do a couple of really lovely needle minders for me, and this is one of them, and it's very glittery, it's beautiful. And this is the project that I'm going to pick up for the Tour de France. Well, the 3 cycling challenges. I think the first one's called the Italian Giro, which starts at the beginning of May. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that with Laura I Stitch Birds, and Kim Stitchy Squirrels normally joins in. I think as the years have gone on, more people have joined those cycling challenges with us. But yeah, I'm planning to pick this one up. I've got lots of yellow and green to do, and yellow in the moon. This moon is huge up here, as you'll see in the picture, and there's a big bit of water that goes round as well. It's about 30,000 stitches, this one, and I don't think I've really touched the surface. So yeah, I think that's the one I'm going to work on for the 3 cycling challenges this year and really get some good progress on it, because I love it. Boring bag. And this is beautiful RTO Wish Tree kit. As soon as I saw this, I had to have it, because she's me, Mrs. Feathers. And I'm using the kit fabric, which is an Ada. Is it 16 count? Yeah, 16 count Ada, because it's printed especially for this series, and it's, yeah. Oh, here's the other commissioned needle minder from lovely Laura. It's a little tree. It's really pretty. Yeah, I'm making some good progress. All her face is stitched, her hair, the owl, and the feather in her hand. And yeah, I've been working more on her dress when I picked this up, but don't those flosses just look absolutely stunning on that fabric? Sorry, my camera storage run out. So yeah, I was saying that I really like the way the flosses are looking on that fabric, and I know that Natalie at Home Sweet Home Handmade is stitching that along with me, and Jen Stitchy Corner has shared it recently on her channel, and it's looking absolutely beautiful. So yeah, go and check out those ladies' progress as well. Okay, next up is another kit from Luca S, and this one is called Spring Night, and I bought this as a reward for myself for finishing one of the cycling challenges last year. And I've swapped out the Ada for Even Weave, and I've worked on this fairly recently as well and made some progress. So I found the bottom left corner, and yeah, I think it's amazing, this kit, because there's no backstitch on this at all, and how to find that cabin is with no backstitch I think is wonderful. And I just love the way the pinks looking against that dark background and the blues, and as you can see from the picture, there's all this like blossom blowing around. And yeah, I've got the start of the boat in there as well. You can just see it here. This was another one that I thought about picking up for the cycling challenges, but Laura said no, do the Moon Magic one. Beautiful project bag that I showed in my last FlossTube from my lovely friend Lorna that she gifted to me. And in here is a new start since I saw you. Lovely Yaz, her Patreon. I'm a Patreon member, and I think I'm only middle tier, but this one was released for the top tier, and Yaz really kindly gifted it to me. It is her chart. What's the chart called? It's about sweet friendships, and it's basically 3 birdies on a branch. And yeah, this one is Kim, this one is me, and there's another one over here that's Yaz. So yeah, she said it represents our friendship and all the support that we give each other. And this goes along with her other chart that I have stitched, that she also gifted to me, called Love Makes Everything Easy. I will put a picture up of that one, because I have finished it, and I normally have it on display here, but it's been upstairs for a couple of weeks. And yeah, I'm really loving stitching this. And lovely Morty, I'd run out of a couple of colours, and I asked her if she had some, because she bought a lot of DMC on a carousel from a shop that was closing down in North Cornwall, So she said if anyone's ever needed emergency floss at our Stitchy group, then like you can message her and see if she has it. But she didn't, unfortunately. But she was going to look for some floss for herself the next day, and she really kindly got the 2 flosses I needed and posted them through the door. So I was a bit stalled by that, and I haven't really picked it up again since. But yeah, I did manage to finish that little bit because of Morty. I think it was the pink and the green, and then I put it away. And that is my needle minder of the month. That was the first one from the Songbirds monthly series, and that one was the Cold Tip amongst Carnelias. So yeah, I've just released April's, but it's all sold out. If you want to know about my monthly needle minder of the month club, God, that was an awkward way of saying it. My monthly needle minder, then be sure to sign up to my newsletter, because newsletter subscribers get first dibs, and then if any spaces are left over at the end of the weekend that I release it, then they get offered up for the general public to buy. So yeah, so cute. I love this chart. I think Yas is such a talented designer, and I love stitching her things. Another one of my favourite designers, hence why I'm in her Patreon. Oh, so Alison bag, another one of her beautiful whimsical ladies. And in here I have Barbara Anna Seasons Keepers, the winter one, and I'm stitching this on a Coffee Craft 32 count in a mauve. And yeah, a little bit of progress. Got the start of a little cloud coming in up here. Yeah, I've started to work down on her dress, but I love her hair. I think she's absolutely beautiful. Barbara Ann's girls are just, there's something else. That's why I started to cross stitch, because of her original Dreaming Girl. I was a knitter, and I came across that on Instagram, and I became a cross stitcher overnight and got completely obsessed. And my youngest daughter was only a couple of months old when I became a cross stitcher, and I don't knit at all anymore. Cross stitchers completely took over my life. Okay, next up is a model stitch I'm doing for Kaylee Tent Stitch. It's beautiful Moon Meadows, and she's charted it from the artwork of Josie Wren. And yeah, she sent me her hand dyed fabric, as well as DMC and some hand dyed variegated floss that Kaylee has dyed herself as well. And yeah, I'm working away on the moon. It looks spectacular on this fabric that Kaylee has dyed. Love this one a lot, and this has been coming out fairly frequently as well. So yeah, model stitch for Kaylee, and I get to keep the finished thing. I think she just wants me to take some photographs to send to her, but there's no deadline. I can just work on it as and when I want to. This was the second bag that Lucy sent to me, my lovely Instagram friend, and she even made the little zipper pulls as well. They're beautiful. My stomach's rumbling. I need to have a break soon. And in here is Grateful Heart by Cherry Blossoms, another one of my favourite designers. And I'm stitching this along with my lovely friend Abby, the Stitching Cat Lady, who, if you are not following on Instagram, you need to go over and give her some love. Her Instagram feed is just the most beautiful thing. She stitches a lot of pink and she's a pink or purple girly like me. So yeah, I think you will really appreciate her feed, and it's growing exponentially at the moment. I'm really proud of her, and I'm not surprised because her feed is, yes, beautiful. So yeah, I am using a mixture of the called for. I bought the main called for colours from Threads for You with a birthday gift voucher that Sarah Stitchy Bug gave me for my birthday in January, for the main colours, and then the ones that are called for that don't have much coverage on the pattern, I've just picked fancy flosses from my stash and stitching it on a 32 count even weave from Tom and Lily Creations, which was gifted to me by Laura I Stitch Birds for my birthday. And yeah, I think it's looking really beautiful on that fabric. I think the colours are really popping on it, especially that lime sherbet colour Valdani thread that Laura also gifted to me as part of the package. Just think it's, yeah, chef's kiss. Love everything about that. And a recent project bag that I bought off a vintage seller. And I also bought one for Laura for her birthday in March. So we've got matching project bags. And in here I've got one of my beautiful floss organisers, which I hand paint myself. And it's got Charly feathers on the back. I kept this one because it was a prototype. It got a bit of paint on the back from Mr. Feathers, but we've fixed that problem now. This was the first one that he painted for me. So he paints all the base layers and preps it all for me, and I do all the illustrations and the doodling. There's some renovations going on in the house next door. It's been going on since the new year, so there's not so much drilling as there was a few months ago. But yeah, if you hear it, that's what it is. So I have here a piece of 36 count coffee craft fabric, which was really kindly gifted to me by Abby, the Stitching Cat Lady, my lovely friend who I mentioned I'm doing the sale with. And we are stitching this together. And it's the Barbara Anna is it Seasonal Dreams sale that was out last year. And we started spring on the spring equinox together. And Abby gifted me this fabric because I found a frame in the charity shop which was the perfect size. If I stitch this on 36 count, it will fit in that frame. So yeah, Abby gifted it to me after some calculations, and she said, oh, I've got this, it'll be perfect. It was really kind of her. And I'm about 50% of the way through the spring one. Abby, of course, has finished it because she is more of a monogamous stitcher than me, although her monogamous ways are rubbing off on me. I mean, I've had 20 finishes this year, and I think it's Abby's encouragement. But I'm focusing on things, and I am working a bit more monogamously to get things finished. Right, I'm going to have a break here because I need to save the video so far onto the computer so I can get some storage space. And I'm going to have some lunch, and I'll be back a bit later on to do the rest because I've still got the rest of this basket and a couple of WIPs on the side of the sofa. See you in a bit. Hi again, I'm back. I feel better after some lunch. I tidied a lot away, so doing it as I go is good. Next one, we have RTO, When the Sun Goes Down. This was my start for my birthday this year in January. Bought from Hobby Do. And I'm using all the kit flosses. I love the RTO floss organisers. They're really sturdy and great. And I think, let me just double check because I've got it. I was just doing a bit of stitching then on this when I was working on it last night. What percentage are we on? 49.74, so close to 50%. And I just cannot wait to get down to those reds, pinks. Beautiful. Looking so nice. And this is the project that I started Saturday, I think, along with Kim and Abby. And we're all stitching it on the same fabric. Was it Saturday? I think it was Friday night because we had a video call and we all started it together. So all three of us are stitching it on the 32 count fabric of the month from Stony Bank Creations. I've joined her fabric club because she just opened it up. and I've just paid for the second month. Can't wait for it to come. But yeah, this one is called Woodland Fern, and yeah, me, Abby and Kim all started it on Friday night together on a video call on the same fabric, and it's just looking beautiful. And then I went to the Pretty Punky Stitch Day yesterday, and there was 4 of us that were stitching on it there. Lovely Hannah is doing it on the same fabric. Frances is doing it on a 40 count, like pinky, highly mottled fabric. It's gorgeous. And Caroline is doing it on like a creamy sort of platinumy Zweigart. It's really pretty. And I did take a picture of them all together, so if you want to see that, it's on my Instagram account. And then Rosa and Kelly are going to start with us as well. They've both bought the patterns, so next Stitchy Day, hopefully all 6 of us will bring it and I can take a progress picture. And yeah, I felt really inspired to draw the Wisely family. So this is Edgar Wisely and this is Ethel Wisely, and I made a mini minder set with their 3 children. I mean, obviously we don't know where this Sal is going, but this looks like a mama owl. And yeah, I just felt really inspired to make some more owl needle minders. I do already have some in my store, but yeah, love these ones, and they are up for sale in my shop either individually or as a bundle, so if you're interested in them, go and have a look. And yeah, I just think the colours are really looking lovely on this fabric, and I'm really enjoying stitching it. I think it's lovely. And I'm keeping all my flosses in my lovely tin, my little sweet pea tin that I was enabled by Abby to buy. You get hand cream in it. It's by Heathcote and Ivory. It was on offer at Amazon, so we both got it. But yeah, lovely. I love those tins. I've got a few of them. Okay, another Hazel bag that she made for my 40th birthday. And in here I've got an Abris Arts kit called Cup. I think I've called it Floral Cup. And I'm stitching it on 32 count Permin in Star Sapphire, because I thought that looked more like the cover picture than the Ada that it came with. It's like a lemony Ada. So yeah, not much progress, but some progress nonetheless. Another Oh So Alison bag. I think this was the first one that I bought. Beautiful. And in here I have the last Nick Moscow and Barbara Anna collaboration, and this one is Miss Teapot. That's what she's going to look like when she's finished. And here's where I'm up to. I've been doing a lot of filling in this one. And I'm using all the kit floss and the fabric that came from Nitka. Yeah, it says tea time underneath there. But yeah, this is a lot of block filling all behind here. But it's quite nice because you do all the counting of the outside border, and then you could just sit and fill on a video call or at Stitch Retreat. Beautiful project bag that was a gift from my lovely friend Fanny, who is Cross Stitch Couture on Instagram, and she did have an a YouTube channel, but she's not been on there for a while. Oh, and I got my flosses on there. A lovely glittery Ginger Stitch AU floss organizer, which was a gift from Laura on birthday again. And in here I have Barbara Anna's other sow, which is a Friendship from the Heart, and I'm stitching this on a 32 count Magical Mischief from River Hut Designs. And yeah, I think I'm on part 3 out of 5. I think the colours look really nice on this one too. Yeah, that needle minder my oldest daughter made for me. It's a capybara with a bubble tea. Yeah, those skirts are no joke. They are so stitch heavy, but look really good. they're done. So yeah, there's a blackbird on this side holding this bowl, and then there's like berries and florals that go over the, like a heart. Yeah, I've got a lot of Barbara Anna WIPs on the go, but she is my favourite designer, so that's okay. I did wonder about putting some of the like if I've got multiples from one designer, like putting all of them except one in like a hibernation and like storage, and then work on that one chart from each design from that designer until it's finished before I get one out of hibernation. So I've just got one in my rotation at a go, but yeah, I haven't got around to that yet. And then next up I've got a bag from Tent Stitch, which was a gift in one of her packages, and in here is the Lanate Secret Stitch Along from 2025 number 2. They have 2 stitch alongs a year, and then they have a Christmas and an Easter one as well, I think. They're just doing the 2026 number 1 at the moment. They released part 1 on Friday, but they don't show any sneak peeks anywhere till the following Wednesday. So I'm really looking forward to seeing the first part on Wednesday when it's showing. That's tomorrow, isn't it? That's exciting. And then I'll see if I cave or not buying the kit. But yeah, I've shown this on the channel before. It's beautiful. All I've got left on this now is to backstitch the lighthouse and the boat and do all the long stitch and French knots in the grass. But yeah, another one very close to a finish. I loved stitching that. I have loved stitching that, I should say. Oh, I love this bag. So this is a pattern by Magnolia Nest Designs. Me and Kim stitched it together, and I sewed these little bee buttons on from Create Nostalgia. And then I found this fabric around the same time in Hobbycraft in the sale bin, so I had to make a bag with it, and then sent the rest to Kim for her to make a bag. I don't know if she's done that yet. You'd have to let me know, Kim. Holding you accountable. And this is part of the Fancy Pants sale that me, Kim, and lovely Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah, started together for my birthday. I don't know, was it 1 or 2 years ago? Sarah's probably made the most progress. I don't think Kim has even started, and I've got a pathetic start. Sarah's doing Pretty to Think So, I think it's called. It's this gorgeous lady with all these floral flowers in her hair. She's stunning. But I have picked this one, and so has Kim. So it's Mirabilia Silver Moon Tea by Nora Corbett, and yeah, I just think it's stunning and pretty. And Kim got me all the beads, and she put them all in this tube for me. And I've got another packet here. And I am also stitching this on Magical Mischief, and I told you it was a pathetic start. That's as far as I've got. The start of the border. And Kim also bought me this lovely needle minder. It's got like a metallic glittery bum. It's really cute, that bee. Yeah, gorgeous fabric from River Hut Designs. I really hope she reopens again soon. And I know there's some other people that watch my FlossTube who are eager to buy from her as well. So that's my first Mirabilia. Okay, where did this bag come from? Did Sarah send me this bag maybe? I've got a feeling this was a gift. I think it might be from Sarah. And in here I have the Do More of What Makes You Happy Stitch Along, another one by Stitch Rovia, and this was from May 2024. And I really love this one, but like the other one that I showed in my 10 oldest WIPs, it's very backstitch heavy. And I'm stitching this on a 32 count linen, I think. Oh, I just realised there's a big tea stain. Luckily that's in the bottom corner of my fabric, so I'll be able to cut that off. That won't be a problem. That was lucky with the placement. And yeah, this is where I've got up to. But yeah, it's lots of counting and lots of backstitch, but it's beautiful. Kim finished this one because we started this together. Yeah, I really do like that one. Maybe when I finish the one with the house, I'm going to move on to finish this one. But I did finish a historical sampler sale recently. I finished the Secret Garden, so I know I'll get them done. One of my first ever project bags I made, it's the Acorn Fairy pattern from what's her name? Stitchy Princess Black. And yeah, it's one of the first projects I ever finished, started and finished. And in here I have the Mel Stitches by Heritage Crafts in A Place to Rest and Recharge. I was just so drawn to this house and the colours and the little pheasant that's in the front garden there. And if you've been here a while, that you know I love the Mel Stitches charts and kits, but they're just very slow because they're paper charts and they're really big. Like, they're big A3 charts. They're very clear, but they're just big. And yeah, I'm just so much quicker when I've got an electronic chart. And I've just started on the house in the middle there. Yeah, do really like this one. And that was another contender for the cycling challenges, but Laura said it was too new. So I'm not allowed to do that one. We're getting there, guys. The basket's nearly empty. Beautiful project bag from Lindsay Wolfie Stitches. Her mum makes project bags and she was selling them on her coffee shop for a while, but I think she's taking a break at the moment because she's just moved house and she's got a lot going on, so she might reopen again in the future, you never know. Right, stuck on something. So this is the beautiful kit by Alyssa called Lake House, which I managed to find at Marie's Cross Stitch. Is it Marie's? I think it's Cross Stitch or Cross Stitch Corner. It's definitely called Marie's. And I just fell in love with this as soon as I saw it, and it was an instant buy once I found where to buy it from. And I swapped out the fabric for 32 count even weave. There's a theme here, isn't there? Every time it's a full coverage, I swap out the Ada most of the time for white even weave because I just find it so much easier. And I like the way that looks. And I'm using all the Gamma threads that are included in the kit. And this is where I got to in just a weekend. All this sky is half cross stitch, so it's speedy. And yeah, there is some blends in there, but yeah, like it a lot. Oh, here's another of Phoebe Loombug, who I was talking about before with the herbalist pattern. That's another one of her charts called Woodland Gallery, and I adored stitching that. And I made it into this pretty fairy house project bag. And I'm stitching this one along with Shell. This was enabled by Shell from Cheesecake and Cross Stitch. She enabled both me and Sarah from Stitchy Bug. And we're stitching Luna's Garden by Letty Stitch, and Jen Stitchy Corner I think has also bought this. I don't know if she started it yet. I don't think I've seen it on her channel, but maybe I've missed a few videos and I haven't seen it on there. But yeah, as soon as I saw it, it was an instant buy, and I think it was the same for Sarah as well. And again, I've swapped out the fabric for 32 count even weave. I get through a lot of white even weave. And yeah, I've done some back stitching on this house. The back stitch was not easy on this one, and I'm so relieved that I've got a saga file for this one. Is that in shot? Yeah. So yeah, just to start on the house, and I've counted down to the little fairy who's called Luna, I think, and a little bit of the sky in. but another big beast of a project that needs some love. I think maybe Shell has got the furthest on this one. Haven't seen Sarah work on it in a while. Maybe we need to arrange to get them all out one evening and stitch on them together. Oh, my tower's falling. Okay. Oh, I love this bag. This was a really lovely gift from Abby, Stitching Cat Lady. Just because I don't think she sent it for any particular reason. I think she just thought I'd like it and sent it to me. And I've got, oh, I love this so much. Look at this strawberry pouch. So Yaz sent this to me as a gift at the same time as that strawberry bag I showed you earlier. And that lovely needle minder was a gift from Sarah, Cross Stitch Sarah. It's a little gnome with a wheelbarrow of strawberries. And yeah, it's a really, really lovely thread bed with some strawberry scissors. Well, they're not strawberry, but that's what I call them because they're red. Kelmscott Designs ones. And I'm stitching the Cotton and Twine May 2025, which was gifted to me last May. And I'm stitching this on a piece of 40 count, which was another piece that Yaz gifted to me from the Polish retreat that she went to last year. And I just thought that the white would really pop on this, and it's got a really pathetic start. It's blowing out a bit there, but it is this gorgeous turquoisey green. So yeah, just the start of the bird and a flower. I saw that Kim was working on this for Cotton and Twine Mondays. So Shell, Kim and Jen Wolf Down the Rabbit Hole have started Cotton and Twine Mondays. So if you want to join them, then check out the details on the Historical Sampler Stitch Along group, or look at their Instagrams and there's more details there. But basically you pick out any cotton and twine design that you have in your stash and stitch on it together on a Monday. So yeah, another Yaz bag. I think this was a gift as well. Yaz is very generous to me. Oh, I love this one. This is one of my favourites. One of my favourite WIPs. It's the oven kit. It was very popular when I showed it on my channel, and I enabled lots of people to go and buy this one. And it's called Autumn Breeze. And again, I've switched out the fabric for a 32 count even weave. And I'm doing really well on this one actually. I've got all the seasonal ones of this, and I've got the Lighthouse one that I showed on my last FlossTube. But yeah, this is where she is. And she's all back stitched, and her little doggy lead is stitched. And yeah, I've basically got both corners in now. Have I? I'm doubting myself now. No, I haven't found both corners. I've definitely got the top one, as you can see, but I've got to go further along over here to meet the other corner. So I think I was working across here to find the other corner, and then I'm going to work down on this other quarter. I think that was my plan. But yeah, she's gorgeous, isn't she? So pretty. Oh, is this the last one? This is WIP number 48. So absolutely gorgeous flosses that I put on my own jelly plinted floss drops, because I can't stand the thread organisers, you know, the ones where you wrap it around the card. I just can't stand that type of floss organisation. So I took it all off, pre-cut it, and then put it on floss drops. And this is a recent acquisition, a new start. It's the beautiful Ava kit that I bought from Cross Stitch Paradise, and it's called The Secret of the Forest. And as soon as I saw it, I had to buy it, because that's basically me in a long skirt in a river in the woods. And yeah, I started this on Mother's Day this year. And again, I switched out the fabric for 32 count even weave. Yeah, just a small star in the top left hand corner, so I'm working in all of these bits up here, all these leaves. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. And that is the end of my WIP parade. Woohoo! We made it. Oh, I'm so pleased, and it's been lovely to come here today, show you all my WIPs and where I'm up to with them all, and some near a finish, some with some good progress, and some with pathetic starts. So maybe I need to make a focus on getting those ones that are very near to a finish over the finish line, and then maybe making a list of all these ones with the pathetic starts and trying to get them up to like 5 or 10%. Maybe that's what I need to do. But yeah, I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. If you're new to me, then please consider subscribing and please leave a comment. Should we do what a lot of other floss tubers have been doing, that if you have got to the end of this video, please can you leave a heart emoji? Then that would be really nice. If you want to leave a comment and put the heart emoji in as well, then that's absolutely fine. And I hope to be back probably in a couple of weeks, I would say 2 to 3 weeks, and I will show you my stitchy progress since the WIP Parade. I've got probably loads of haul by then. I've already got quite a bit of haul, including a really gorgeous kit that was gifted to me by Hobby Jobby. So I'll be pleased to show that to you all because it's glorious and I'm really happy with it. And I think lots of you will like it as well. And we will have the giveaway winners as well for the needle minders from Historical Sampler Company. So yeah, I look forward to being back once again, and take good care of yourselves. Happy stitching. Bye.